Modern aerial warfare is a game of networks. A fifth-generation fighter jet now operates as a high-altitude sensor node, processing data streams from satellites and coordinating with uncrewed wingmen in real time. The distance between that digital battlespace and the origins of the IAF is staggering. In April 1933, the force's first operational flight consisted of 6 officers and 4 Westland Wapiti biplanes, craft made largely of wood, wire, and fabric. At its inception, the IAF functioned as a colonial auxiliary unit. Its primary mandate was limited to Army cooperation, mostly reconnaissance and basic support missions over the rugged mountains of North Waziristan. The transition from those 4 wooden biplanes to a multi-domain aerospace force involved a total reconstruction of India's industrial base, training pipelines, and military doctrine. This 92-year trajectory follows a specific sequence, proving the force is capable, or saksham, establishing raw power, known as sashakt, and its current definitive goal, becoming Atma-nirbhar, fully self-reliant. The first major test of independence arrived in January 1950. As India became a republic, the Air Force dropped its royal prefix and took full responsibility for defending one of the most geographically diverse airspaces in the world. The technical modernization was immediate. By 1951, the IAF had introduced Vampire NF Mk-54 jets, providing the force with its first dedicated night fighting and high-speed interception capabilities. To sustain this rapid adoption of jet technology, the IAF built a domestic training infrastructure from the ground up, establishing specialized flying training schools in Hyderabad and Jodhpur to produce a new generation of jet-qualified pilots. These foundational decades proved the IAF was saksham, capable of operating as a modern, independent force. But as regional threats grew more complex, the mission shifted from basic capability to the projection of raw tactical power. During the 1960s and 70s, the IAF integrated supersonic MiG-21s and began building the Air Defense Ground Environment System, a sprawling radar network designed to secure the Sino-Indian border. The ultimate test of this tactical flexibility arrived during the 1999 Kargil conflict. In Operation Safed Sagar, the IAF faced the unprecedented challenge of dislodging enemy positions fortified at extreme altitudes, where thin air severely restricts aircraft lift and engine performance. The solution was a masterclass in improvisation. The IAF utilized Mirage 2000s for precision strikes and modified MiG-17 helicopters to deliver heavy firepower in the thin mountain air, neutralizing enemy defenses that were unreachable by ground forces alone. This air superiority was the decisive factor in the conflict, breaking fortified lines and allowing ground troops to reclaim territory while minimizing infantry casualties. Kargil demonstrated that the IAF had mastered physical firepower and mechanical adaptability, a mastery that defined the force as sashakt, or powerful. But by the turn of the millennium, air superiority began to depend less on airframe speed and more on the velocity of digital data. In the modern era, combat power is managed through the Integrated Air Command and Control System, or IACCS. It links every radar node, fighter jet, and missile battery into a unified digital grid. This network functions as an invisible shield. Instead of pilots relying on isolated voice commands, they receive a fused, real-time picture of the entire battlespace, allowing for near-instant response times. Operation Sindoor proved this system's effectiveness, using real-time data fusion to identify and outmaneuver aerial threats with a level of coordination manual systems cannot match. Digitizing the sky made the IAF more sashakt than ever before. However, the reliance on foreign manufacturers for these advanced platforms remained a critical strategic vulnerability that the nation was now determined to solve. A major transition is now underway. The MiG-21, a jet that served for over 60 years, is scheduled to exit service by 2025. This retirement creates a significant gap in the number of active combat squadrons the Air Force requires. To fill this gap, India has pivoted to the Atma-nirbhar Bharat initiative. The objective is clear: replace aging foreign fleets with indigenous platforms, ensuring the nation's defense is no longer tied to external supply chains. The immediate answer is the LCA Mark II, or the medium-weight fighter. This delta-wing aircraft features close-coupled canards for extreme maneuverability and is engineered to carry a massive 17.5-ton payload. Development is moving at a compressed pace, with a first flight targeted for mid-2026. This isn't just about building a new jet, it's about mastering the manufacturing of complex aerospace components on Indian soil. The Mark II is the bridge. Success here provides the domestic engineering expertise required to move into the highest tier of aviation, fifth-generation stealth technology. That future is the Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft, or AMCA. It represents a leap into low-observable stealth and internal weapons bays, designed to keep India ahead of regional competitors for decades. But the IAF's expansion isn't stopping at the atmosphere. The force is now evolving into a multi-domain air and space power, with a dedicated command focused on cyber warfare and space-based intelligence. Future operations will rely on this synergy. Satellites provide the high-ground intelligence, manned stealth jets provide the command, and uncrewed drone wingmen provide the mass. In 92 years, the Indian Air Force has traveled from the open cockpits of the Wapiti to the edge of space. By training a world-class personnel base, they became Saksham. Through tactical victory in the mountains, they proved themselves Sashakt. And by building their own future in the sky and beyond, they are finally becoming Atmanirbhar.